Hi, my name's Illis and welcome to my first video. Today I'm gonna do a little maybe vlog style video and I'm gonna bring you with me through all the books I read in October. Now, it's not the end of October just yet. I still have like 5 more days. For today, my plan is to read. That's a good start. But I can't really read just yet because I have a lot of schoolwork to do. So I'm gonna work for a couple hours and then I'm gonna go outside because the weather today in England is absolutely lovely. So let's do it. Okay, I have my computer. It is 11. I don't know if you can see that. It's 11:05 and I am about to start working. So a bit of an update, I have now worked for an hour, and I'm not really focusing very well, so I think I'm just gonna go outside, touch some grass, and read my book, and I'll be back this afternoon to finish this. I think that's the way to go. All right, let's go. Update, I just saw a spider. I'm gonna be leaving my house right now. And never coming back. No, I'm kidding. It's fine. I'm scared. I found myself a very nice spot on a bench and I'm gonna start reading. Okay, I think it was a good call to be reading this book outside where the sun is shining and there are people walking by, because it's starting to get a little spooky. A little bit, yeah. But the weather is so nice that I'm still feeling really good. So let's get a little time lapse started. Oh, one of them left. One of them's mad. I don't know why they're fighting, but oh. Now they're just arguing. So loud. Sounds important. Okay, let's keep reading. Alright, I got to page 100. This is what it's looking like. It's starting to get pretty good, pretty tense. So I think I'm gonna go home because I have to eat. It's now 1 p.m. and I need to bake and like make something to eat. We'll see what I do. But I'm feeling really good. Like the sunshine is putting me in a good mood. I'm prepared to be productive now. You guys, this park is so pretty. Oh my goodness. That's where I was sitting, right there. It's so beautiful. So it's now well past October, and well into November, but I decided it's never too late, and I'm still gonna show you what books I read in October. So in October I read 3 books, which is decent. That's pretty good. I'm proud of myself. 2 of them are in French, and 1 of them is in English. And so here's the first book I read. It was The Midnight Library. So The Midnight Library is basically the story of a woman who's really unhappy in her life, and she decides to end her life. And she ends up in this place sort of in between life and death called the Midnight Library. And in this library, she can just pick out a book, which is like a potential life she could have had, and just dive into that life and experience all the other lives she could have had if she had made different choices, basically. I honestly really liked this book. The plot is really interesting. I mean, this whole idea is kind of genius. I really liked it. And I think the only issue I had with it was that it kind of lost me after a while because we kept skipping from like the different lives she was basically trying out. So there wasn't like one main plot that we could follow, which personally for me is always kind of what makes me really get into a book. But it was definitely, the writing was beautiful. It was definitely really interesting and not at all like hard to read. Like it wasn't hard to get through. So yeah, it was really good. Would recommend. The next book I read is Toutes les histoires d'amour du monde by Baptiste Beaulieu. This book was amazing. So basically the idea, the book is about a man and his father who start reading letters from the grandfather who just wrote letters to someone describing his whole life, basically. And like it's about love, and it's like fatherly love, friendship, all of that, and it's really beautiful. And in these like last couple of pages I sobbed so much. I just cried my heart out. It was so sad and so beautiful. Would recommend. It was amazing. Absolutely read this. The only thing I will say about this book though, where it's like I get that it's hard to get into because like the first part is kind of, it's about the grandfather's childhood and it's a little bit like slower, so it was kind of tough to get into. And it also, the fact that it talks about topics like war and stuff, it kind of made me, it reminded me of this other book that I read like in middle school for French class. And so I was kind of like, am I going to enjoy this book? Because I did not enjoy that book. But this one was amazing, and I'd say, yeah, you have to get through the first half, but after that, it's amazing. All right, and then the last book I read, also in French, is Les Errantes. This book, I think, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it, but like looking at the cover, first of all, the cover is beautiful. Like, look at that shiny, but like, it looks like a horror, and I know I shouldn't judge a book by its cover, but like I expected a horror, or at least for it to be like thrilling or scary, and it was not. So like the plot was interesting, the characters are great, and the writing is great, but it wasn't scary enough. I think I kind of wanted to read this like end of October, Halloween, wanted to read something a little spooky, and this was not very scary. Like some weird stuff happens for sure, and you do want to know what's going on, like what's gonna happen next. But yeah, I wasn't I wasn't thrilled. So yeah, it was still good. You can read it. You will enjoy it. If you like already know that it's not going to be super scary. All right, so that's it. These are the books I read. I will let you know what I'm reading next month, or well, this month, in a later video. There it is. Thank you for following along.